Hi, welcome to the Carpenter Shop, where together we are growing up just a little bit. You might notice today in this version of the Carpenter Shop, our backdrop's a little bit different. That's just because of some logistical things we've got going on here at the church at 434. So for the next few episodes of Carpenter Shop, you'll get to see me coming to you from my office, where we normally might do a series on the book of Revelation or something else that we're doing. Today, I want to go back to Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, where it says, "In the beginning God created the heaven and the earth." You're probably familiar with that verse, right? If you think back on the old Dickens classic, A Christmas Carol, it tells us at the very beginning, once upon a time, old Scrooge sat busy in his counting house. When Dickens published that famous work back in 1843, he used the opening phrase, once upon a time. It was well used in English literature. Since 1600, it had been used. It was a perfect way to begin a timeless story. The author of Genesis, who is Moses, must have had a similar thought when he was penning the words of how do you start this story. And so, led by the Spirit of God, he wrote down, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Most Bible scholars see that as the opening line, not as a literary instrument to describe creation as much as a literary tool to describe what is getting ready to unfold. God created everything. It's a statement of clarity to set the biblical creation apart from the multitude of creation stories that had been told through the years. Think about that, into that background, into that world Moses is writing, into a world where everyone has an idea of where the world came from and where things started and all the things that happened around us, what the explanations were. And he writes definitively this phrase, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. It is his answer to once upon a time. Because in that one phrase, Moses defines the parameters of the universe as we know it. See, next time you read that verse, you're going to read it a little bit differently, right? Because it's loaded with meaning and it's loaded with things that we can marvel at, because we are reminded that God has left his fingerprints over all of creation. Why? Because in the beginning, he created it all. And the fact that you and I are here means that we carry that fingerprint of God in our life, because that's who God is and that's who we're created to be. Remember that as you move through this thing called life. All of our days, all of our moments, it all stems back to one moment of creation when God created everything. It defies explanation. It's bigger than we can imagine, and yet it also answers those burning questions that so many people have. Where did we come from and where are we going? I look forward to joining you next time here for more in the Carpenter Shop.